This is Dr. Lou Cella, and I am a doctor of sport and performance psychology, if you didn't already know that. Alright, in this video, we are going to discuss fixing a broken football program by conditioning the core foundation and going to the flexbone. So let's unpack that for just a second. Fixing a broken program. How many programs do you see right now in high school, college, and even the NFL that are broken? A lot. You see a lot. I live here in Pennsylvania, and Penn State is a broken program right now. Philadelphia Eagles, been a fan a whole life. Right now, they're broken. Hopefully they get unbroke today, but up to this point, the last 2 weeks, they are broken. And in high school, there are endless broken programs. So how do you fix a broken program? You got to condition the core foundation. You've got to condition the core foundation. We always hear about resets and going back to basics. We always hear that in lots of aspects of life. But what that really means is you know what your core is, what's your core foundation, what's your mission statement, what's your action plan for that mission statement, and then you got to go and practice that. You got to actually practice the core foundation. And you got to do it persistently, and you got to do it so you can prosper. All right, now, going to the flexbone. Always the right decision, because it allows you to cancel the defensive line by triple teaming, reading, and evading your opponent's defensive line, and you do it from under center so you can get the ball to clear past the defensive line as fast as possible. Because if you keep the first level of the defense off the ball carrier, you're getting yards, and if you're getting yards and you secure the ball, you're winning. Talked about for years about if you average 4 yards rushing on first down, you would have led the NFL in rushing the last 40 years. Not an accident. A 4-yard rush on first down is an elite 1% rush. You keep doing that, you keep winning. So, to fix a broken program, you got to condition the core foundation. It always starts with your purpose. And your purpose, as I just said, it's canceling the defensive line. The best way to do it is get under center and triple team, read, and evade your opponent's defensive line. You got to build an offense where your best players are inside out. They're closest to the ball, and then you go from there. Generally, if they have their hand in the ground, they're at a premium. You want to put your best players there, and you're going to ask them to do as less physical as possible, because playing offensive line is hard. It's hard in any offense. So you've got to take it and give them as little physical responsibility as possible. And if you're able to make sure that you're triple teaming the D-line, reading the D-line, and evading the D-line, that's exactly what you're doing. And when you do it from under center, the ball clears past the defensive line faster, so it takes even less pressure off the offensive line. Play calling. There's got to be an if-then methodology. You have to have a base, and you have to have constraints. Years ago, triple option was the base, and then other plays were constraints. Now the zone dive, the triple team is the base, and mid-triple is used as a constraint when the C-gap player comes down and tries to stop the dive. Then you make the defense pay for doing that. And there's other things that go with that. Pre-installing the offense, so you don't have to go backwards to go forwards. You've got to pre-install the offense. Your players got to know the mission. You got to have equipment ready to go for the players to train. You got to have coaches that know the basic coaching points and don't overstep their bounds. And you've got to eliminate creative control so that there's one voice. One voice is all you need. And that voice, whether it's the head coach or an offensive coordinator, it's his voice, and everybody helps make his voice come to life. There is no other way. Practicing. Practicing is about team fundamentals. Focusing on everybody together and their fundamental execution of alignment assignment technique. So many high school coaches want to slow it down and go one-on-one, do it that way. This generation doesn't learn like that. It's not even close. You bring everybody together. You let the players see the big picture. You focus on speed and quantity to achieve quality. And you give the players 1, 2, or 3 coaching points about their assignment on each concept. And you submit and surrender the outcome to God. But you practice so much that each individual is getting 2 and 2.5 reps per minute, so that it becomes implicit and functional to the player. So by the time the player is in a competition, he is so implicitly and functionally conditioned that the only way he loses is because of vast physical superiority, because his core strength is that weak. That's a whole different topic. And that's really for someone else's purview. Persisting. This is such an important topic about persistence. Because so many guys, if they don't achieve success right away, they want to give up. They're ready to run the spread again. They're ready to run a hodgepodge of offenses. They're looking for the next internet fad. They're looking to become a bunch of sangle-wangers. They want to run the sangle-wang because it's easy to snap the ball to a dude, 10 dudes block, but it's in the gun, so it takes time. So you got to kind of be better than who you're playing. Persistence is what matters. Persistent practice. Even though you're down 0-3, you keep persistent because your growth is going to be astronomical. Your persistence and your badassery to telling your assistant coaches, go pound sand, we're going to keep getting better doing what we're doing. And if you don't like it, get out of here. That's the kind of head coaches we need right now. We need badasses. We got too many fanukes and free lunchers coaching football. Too many weak men, and very weak men create very hard times. Don't be the weak man. Have a set of nuts. Make sure those suckers drop to the ground, and you persist to outweigh the resistance from the other weak men with whom you're surrounded. And sometimes the feminists that are out there, because they need to get put in their place. That's the problem with feminism. It's all well and good until there's a war. And then all of a sudden they need the big strong man to save the day. I grew up with a feminist. My mother's a big feminist. I love her, but she is. All right. My father always told her, you need a man, you need a man, you need a man. And boy, was he right. Time to be a man. Prospering. Nick Saban says this. How do you handle success? Can you prosper in success? Does success give you relief syndrome? The more relief syndrome you have, the more losing happens. I see it far too often. A guy wins, and then all of a sudden he bottoms out again and goes back close to the way it was. Relief syndrome is a disease. It's like dealing with AIDS. It's bad. You can't have relief syndrome. It makes you weak. It makes you sick. And then it sickens all the people around you. You have to be a persistent man to fight through the complacency, which is a disease, just like the measles. And you've got to fight through it to keep pounding the zone dive series, mid, triple, and rocket up people's rectums. You've got to do it. You've got to be persistent. You've got to be unbreakable. You've got to be the biggest tough guy in the room. That's got to be you. Don't let somebody else do it. You've got to be the star of the show. That local star power is going to matter. So, you want to fix a broken program, it ain't for the weak and it ain't for the well-adjusted. It's going to take purpose, positioning, play calling, pre-installing the offense based on how you call the game, practicing it with immense persistence, and then prospering, because you do that, you're going to prosper. Got it? Good. When you're ready to become a client, pick up the phone and give me a call right now. 570-332-0265, 570-332-0265, and go to tripleoptionfootball.com. And I'll see you in the next video.